Let's come back to the COVID-19 situation at home. Take a look at this. It's new video from the air of the Shamattawa First Nation, a remote First Nation in northern Manitoba. It is being described as the hardest hit community in that province. COVID-19 has been sweeping through the community of 1,300 people, and military members are now on the ground trying to help assess and contain the situation. One of their tasks is to set up isolation units in the community's only school, and that is where Austin Grabish is reporting from this morning.
The community school here in Shamattawa has really become the command center for this operation. There are COVID-positive patients isolating right now inside the school's gymnasium. There are also new isolation rooms being set up inside classrooms for people who do not have COVID but need to isolate because of overcrowded housing in this community. That has been a major concern we've heard consistently in Shamattawa, is that homes here are packed. Some homes have more than 10 people. And so you can imagine when one person tests positive for COVID-19, it spreads very quickly. Now, the numbers in Shamattawa are also quite concerning. The test positivity rate has been hovering between 70 and 80%. And really the community was telling us that they did not have the resources to cope with this. They think the number is actually a lot higher, and they're operating under the assumption that everyone here has COVID, and that is one of the biggest reasons why the military was brought into this community.
It's really revealing that the entire community is a contact. Literally the entire community is a contact, right? Because we're so confined. We have one school, one grocery store.
Now, there are about 60 troops here on the ground in Shamattawa, and more could be called in if needed. They are working on delivering groceries to people and getting them the basic needs they need. They're also working on helping set up some of those isolation rooms inside the school here. And what we've heard from both the military and community leadership is that this is really a worst case scenario. This community is in the peak of its COVID, and this is not something that they were really prepared for to handle.
You know, we have a lot of vulnerable people living in the community, our elders and people with underlying health conditions, and tuberculosis outbreak, and you add COVID-19 to that, it can be very devastating.
Now, roughly 1/3 of the 1,300 people living on reserve here have already tested positive for COVID-19. That number is expected to go up even more in the coming days as testing ramps up. Austin Grabish, CBC News, Shamattawa.